Yeah, well, thanks for everybody for coming to this. We're fortunate to win that one. It was close, and there's some things that I told our guys. We're never gonna turn down a win. But at one point there in the fourth quarter, it could have. There were a couple plays where it could have went either way. And the outcome would have been different. So. It's a continuing process of making sure that we're cleaning things up, and we have some things to clean up this week. I thought that Tampa played a really good football game, and I thought we played a pretty good football game, and I don't think that anybody that watched the game would have been disappointed. A lot of scoring came down to the last play of the game. To put it into overtime. I had heard from our coaches upstairs they may have gone for 2. They looked like that's kind of where their mindset was. Our guys, I thought, did a great job in terms of the endurance phase of the game. Our defense was tired in the fourth quarter. It showed. Their defense was tired in the fourth quarter. It showed. I was pleased with the way we ran the ball finally on offense. And that's something that we've been putting a lot of time into, and a lot of effort, and a lot of work, and it paid off this time. We're going into a long week, and we've got to get some reinforcements in here because with the expanded roster, we had a short week this week. We didn't have a whole lot of time. We talked to some people and identified certain positions that we want to focus on, and now we got to get some guys in here because we have the longer week and a chance to do that and get those guys ready. But all in all, I thought it was a well played game. There's some plays that we left. There's some plays that we made, and fortunately for us, we outlasted them.
Coach, my first question for you is about one of the guys that's not here.
Yeah.
Jordan Moore on your roster, SEC 110-meter hurdle champion, to run down Rashard Davis there at the end. What were you thinking about as he's making that play?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's nice. Jordan is, he's very important to us, not just on defense, but he's a team captain. He's a guy that everybody listens to, looks up to. And yeah, it was great seeing him, make that play at the end. Yeah, didn't give up, and you got a linebacker chasing down a wide receiver. That's something.
Monty, you had 2 of the biggest plays in the game. First with the interception to start, and then breaking up that play on that critical 4th and 7, 4th and 12. First time you've seen that. What are you thinking as you're matching up with John Franklin III?
I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to who was lined up against me. I mean, I know I'm an underdog and stuff like that, but I take pride in it. I was mic'd up. You'd probably hear me just one play, make a play. And, I was fortunate enough to do it. We ran a fire zone, and I knew the ball had to come out quick. And he looked like he was going to stop for a curl, but ran a post, and I was outside. So I was able to make a play on the ball and do what I was supposed to do.
Man, that's one for me. Heck of a game. I learned from our PR man here that you have the 2nd highest rushing yardage in any game this year for anyone, and you're the first non-quarterback to score 3 touchdowns in any single game. What came together for you today?
Honestly, it was a multitude of things. I sprained my knee first game, so really this is the first week that I've really felt the most confident, just in myself, my ability. And I mean, we've had great weeks of practice. We really have. We've been putting great weeks together, and last week it didn't work out for us. And this week it was just like I said, we just kept pushing, kept doing what we were supposed to be doing, and the chips fell where they fell. And the guys up front, receivers, they were blocking their tails off all game, and it was just really the biggest thing was just trusting it. Just trusting the scheme of the play. Not trying to do too much. Not trying to be a hero, right? You really just gotta buckle down and trust the play as it's called. And I think all 11 of us on both sides of the ball did that today.
Any questions from our Zoom audience? Hey, Coach. Quick question for you. Can you talk about the way how your defense was able to come up with that goal line stand to win the game?
Yeah. Well, they were tired. Both teams were tired. They had been on the field. That drive started, on the 1, I think? In the 1 yard, so 99 yards, or the 5? 2, on the 2. Yeah. So, yeah. Really, really proud of them, in the final analysis of the thing and the last 4 plays of the game. What I'd like to fix is what happened between the 2 and the 7. That's what I want to fix in that situation, and that's something that will be most definitely addressed. So yeah, but yeah, did they come up big in the end? Yeah. Did they have to come up big in the end? Yeah. But it wasn't necessary to come up big in the end. They could have staved it off earlier. So.
Hey, Matt, can you talk about your 3 touchdowns you had today?
Yeah. I got to remember. I kind of blacked out a little bit.
3 yards, 33 yards, and 4 points.
Right, yeah. So, I mean,
We ran 3 plays.
yeah. Like Coach said, we really just kept it simple this week, with the scheme, with the run scheme. And, we really just, inside zone. You can watch the tape. Inside zone, stretch, pretty vanilla. But I think the biggest thing for us and as a group, as a running back group, was really just trusting the scheme. It's probably fair to say that we hadn't been as successful running the ball up until this game, these past couple weeks. But at the end of the day, it just comes down to just, trusting the way you're coached, trusting the technique, trusting that the guys will take care of what they got to take care of up front. And as long as, like I said, as long as I don't try to be a hero, as long as I trust, what my coaches are telling me, then, that'll put us in the best position to be successful. And, obviously, like I was feeling really good today. It's like the most confident I felt, just in terms of like a health standpoint. So, everything just kind of came together. And, it just didn't seem like it was going to slow down. Big credit to the guys up front again.
And Coach, final one for me is you guys are now at 500 on the season. How can you go off this win to keep going forward?
Well, we're in a race with 3 other teams right now, and that's something that we've communicated to our team, is that, and that's the thing that they understand, is that at the end of this 10-week season, we need to be better ahead of 2 other teams, and our objective is to get at the end of the season start over to a 0-0 record in Canton, and that's kind of, so like what we do week to week is try to put we play the opponent we're playing, okay, we don't look past the opponent we're playing, but today our big thing was, hey, we want to put 4 quarters of football together and win each quarter, and we at the end of the day we did that. So we're our fight is with ourselves and 3 other teams right now. We just want to we want to go week to week and take whatever opponent it is, put together 4 quarters, and then put ourselves in a position so that at the 10-week mark, we after the 10th game, we're 0-0 again.
Can you talk about Bug Howard and how it looked like you guys were trying to go against early?
Yeah, well, Bug's a guy that he gives defenses fits because he's big like a tight end, and because he is a tight end, but he can play in space like a wide receiver. I mean, he's tall, and so yeah, he's one of our go-to guys. We don't really go into a game targeting one receiver versus another. It happens based on who they want to take away, So, but Bug's a guy that he's got tremendous ability, good height, and he can jump out of the stadium, So yeah, we want to go to him, especially when we get down to the red zone, like we did.
Are there any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Coach Ace.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
go ahead, Ace.
sure.
We'll get you there, Ace. Go ahead.
Gotcha.
It's from the USFL Network. You were talking about reinforcing the roster with the expanded rosters.
Yeah.
How invaluable is it that when your star corner in Channing Stribling goes down, to have someone like Amani Dennis step in and play at such a high caliber level?
Well, we feel good about all our corners, and that's the thing. We built this, we feel good about every one of them. It's not, I mean, we picked these guys. They're here because, I tell them that all the time, you're here because we picked you to be here. And, I have total confidence in every guy that lines up a corner on our defense. Absolutely, hands down. So, yeah, and it's important. And we, first meeting of the year, we talked about it. Is if somebody is out, then the next guy has to pick up the flag and run with it. And so, that's how they prepare. They all prepare like they're going to start the game. And then guess what? Sometimes they do. So yeah, total confidence in these guys.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.